Hello, college football fans. This is Tim May along with
Clay Hall.
And this is once again the Clay May Report. You know, we're not necessarily reporting from day to day on big time news or things like that, Clay, but it was interesting because we got to speak to the linebackers after Ohio State's sixth practice. After Ohio State's sixth practice of the preseason. Here in the Woody Hayes Athletic Center is where we're standing. We're actually standing on the practice pitching mound that they use for baseball when they work out in here, which is kind of cool. So we're going to throw some pitches your way.
Sure.
That was my big corny setup.
Well,
but the bottom line is, it was cool getting to talk to number 33, James Laurinaitis today. And then you find out, as Payton Pierce was talking to us, he's been bringing up different linebackers from the past to make sure these guys have an understanding of the legacy they're stepping into as linebackers at Ohio State. And he emphasizes the point that their numbers on their jerseys and their helmets, they're rented. They're not for sale. It will go to someone else later when they move on or move out. But it's always cool getting to talk to James Laurinaitis.
My goodness. I mean, he's come so, you talk about the linebackers coming so far, these young guys, Sonny, moving positions. James is, what, a full-time linebacker coach for a season and a half or two. But I think what is so electrifying about this group, in this linebacker room, you've got a freak in Sonny Styles, you've got a freak in Arvell Reese, and you've got an iron Buckeye in a young kid, Payton Pierce.
Yes.
I think
from
James,
Texas.
I think the little animal likes Texas linebackers because Riley Pettijohn is another one of those guys. But Payton Pierce, iron Buckeye, young kid, showed up. Sonny Styles said today he voted for him. But, you know, Styles has got this reputation nationally. Arvell Reese is coming on. And when we spoke with him, you just see a guy. And I know people here won't remember this guy. He's not a Buckeye, but he reminds me of a Johnny Cooks at Mississippi State. 6'4", 250, absolutely a wrecker. I mean, he would open RC Colas with his teeth. I mean, that's what I see.
And they were twist-offs, right?
Bingo. And Arvell Reese is just that guy who is going to dominate.
Yeah,
he says, I can go side to side. I'll hit you in the hole.
Yeah.
These guys are going to be electric, I think, this year.
And he's put on like 13, 14 pounds since he got here. He's like 244, he said today.
Yeah.
But everybody marvels when they talk about Arvell Reese. But like you just said, Arvell Reese, when he talked about Payton Pierce, how Payton Pierce is always going downhill toward the line of scrimmage to hit somebody with malice aforethought. And then you got Sonny Styles, who's been ballyhooed since he showed up. They didn't know where to play him. As James Laurinaitis pointed out, he banged on the table even when he was a GA at Ohio State.
Yeah, to get
when
him
he first
down
came
there.
back, when he first came over from after spending a year doing that at Notre Dame, he banged on the table for Sonny Styles to be on defense, to be at linebacker, and all these things have worked out. And that's what's interesting about this team. You know, they're replacing 8 starters on defense, but they've got these guys bubbling up, man. I mean, Sonny Styles was a starter last year.
What are you talking about?
Arvell Reese stepped in and made some huge plays last year. Payton Pierce hardly got to play because he got banged up. You know, he was banged up coming into Ohio State. But the bottom line is now you've got these guys coming up, and that's why I keep going back to that phrase from Ryan Day. Hey, there's maybe a little bit of an inexperience factor on this team. There definitely is, but there's talent, without a doubt. And Payton Pierce is one of those guys. Like you're talking about, you were marveling at his upper arms. Just think about that guy hitting you in the hole, right?
Right, and he's eager to do that.
Yes.
James said he will get right up in that gap and pound you.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought was interesting in James, and the coaching business, it's such a small world, as he talked about being under Al Golden at Notre Dame, recruiting Payton Pierce to be a Fighting Irish linebacker, and that yet Al Golden was exposed to Matt Patricia in the NFL.
Detroit.
And they all speak that same lingo, and the lingo is so important because sometimes that's the thing you have to learn the most besides the playbook is the lingo.
Yeah.
And those crazy calls.
I'm still learning your lingo.
Yeah, I don't.
Here's the thing that stands out to me about this staff is that James Laurinaitis played below those many years in the National Football League, won the Butkus Award, was a big-time star in college at linebacker. Matt Patricia was on countless Super Bowl winning teams at New England, was a head coach at Detroit. That didn't go so great, but still, he has that on his record.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Tim Walton, of course, was a defensive coordinator in the National Football League, former player here, just like James was, and has that deep NFL experience. I'm talking about from a coaching standpoint. Just think about what they're bringing along from an attractiveness standpoint for this coaching staff, for the guys they're recruiting. You get great. You not only get great coaching, and this is true. They're getting great coaching here, but these guys have been there, done that on where you want to get to.
Yeah.
Which is the National Football League, and of course Larry Johnson has put so many guys in the league from the defensive line standpoint, both at Penn State and at Ohio State, and then of course Matt Guerrieri with the safeties. We all know what Caleb Downs thinks of Matt Guerrieri. He thinks he's brilliant. So it's quite the defensive staff when you really break it down.
No question about it. The other thing that comes up when you talk about linebackers here is the heritage. And when I got here in the mid-'90s, and Penn State is linebacker U. And now all those names came up today, as you were talking about. James is teaching them about the All-Americans here.
Yeah.
And Spielman, Cousineau. I made a list. Gradishar before 2000, Katzenmoyer, even
yes.
late 90s. And then you go to modern day and the A.J. Hawks and so many other. Ryan Shazier. Pop in the hole at Camp Randall.
Yeah.
Ball comes out, 4th down over. Incredible play. And there's been so many of those guys. And we're getting a little competition here, but that's no problem because we talk right over it.
Oh, absolutely. You're used to projecting just like I am to get that first question in.
There we go.
Until, like I said the other day, I started acquiescing. But no, you're exactly right. I mean, it's like, everything's still under construction here, including this football team. Would you like that segue?
That's a beautiful segue. And these young guys are coming on. It's getting exciting. And everybody, many have said this week, this is a critical week.
Well, they call it moving week.
Day.
Yeah.
And just like the PGA Tour, you've got to make your move on the weekend. And these guys are now angling for spots and trying to nail down a job.
Yeah, absolutely. But let's get back to one more thing I got here. By the way, I'm not going to be around the next several days. I'm helping my daughter move to North Carolina. You may be gone a little bit too because obviously your parents.
Yeah. You got some things to attend to.
Exactly. We've all had parents. I don't know if you know.
All
that
had
or not.
life.
Yeah. Some or another. But the bottom line is, I think there's a certain feel to this football team right now, and we didn't even get to watch practice the last couple of days, but they're confidence, is that the word you want to, I mean, without being cocky, I mean, there is a confidence that I think that these guys think they're going to be pretty good, even though they are coming off a national championship and replacing so many vital parts of this team. There's a confidence about this group.
Well, even one of the prominent national prognosticators and analysts, Joel Klatt, said, I can't put Ohio State there because they're missing so many guys. They won the national championship, but they got holes. I like your term, and I might even put this on a banner like Urban used to, bubbling up.
Yeah.
I like the bubble up. It's like things are heating. The beans are getting warm. They're not quite there yet. You put a little salt and pepper, maybe some onion, some bacon in there, and things are starting to bubble up, and you can smell it.
Yeah.
You can smell the greatness coming. So I just like to hang in the kitchen while my wife makes these incredible meals. I told her, write a book, get a restaurant, and then I don't have to hang with Tim anymore.
Exactly. That's a good point. And I could get some free eats out of it too.
There you go.
Yeah, this is kind of like Kilauea a little bit. Where Kilauea kind of sits there and all of a sudden it starts spewing lava.
Bingo.
This team could be exactly that by the middle of the season. Just that opener.
But
Texas replaced a bunch of guys just like Ohio State is. That opener is such a mystery to me right now to put my finger on how it's going to go because so many parts have been changed on both teams.
How about that promotion that James Laurinaitis gave us at the end of his soliloquy?
Texas versus Ohio State.
It's the two great programs. It's the
20
crowd,
years since
everything.
20 years since they first met for the very first time.
Gosh, has it really been 20 years? I remember getting in Ted Ginn Jr.'s way on a kick return. I was an up back, and I think there's a photo. I'm sure y'all can't wait to find it. But he's running right behind me on my kick return. He was way faster than me, so I should have gotten out of his way. He may have housed it. I just remember how crazy the shoe was. My freshman year in 05. Remember the Texas O-line. Sometimes they were walking up to the line of scrimmage. Tim, you probably remember. You were like, I'm not gonna say it. I was gonna say it, like an age joke. But they were like trying to pump up the crowd almost when they were on offense. Like there was such a swag that game had. Like those are two. I mean, that season had some really good football teams. I say all the time, like the 05 team I was a part of was maybe one of the most talented, if not the most talented, that I played on.
That's right.
You know, and we lost to Texas at home in a 2-minute drive. I mean, you talk about the what ifs there with, I'm not going to bring them up. You guys have already documented those. Yeah. The what ifs in that game. Losing in Happy Valley. Yeah. Then you beat Notre Dame. Like, you look around the country and Penn State where they were ranked, and Notre Dame was a dang good football team. And then USC and Texas, there's some really good football teams. So it's kind of like you just got unlucky with the year and kind of how it fell. And then 06 going down there, I just remember, like, in both games, the pageantry around it is why college football is so beautiful. Like, amidst everything, it's 1 versus 2, it's Texas, it's Ohio State, it's the history, it's the burnt orange, it's the scarlet and gray, and you're like, what else do you want? It's everyone, all the eyes are on it. And so I think Coach Day's done a really good job preparing our guys to, like, visualize that now. Don't wait till game week, but visualize it now. Like, visualize RVs out there, visualize tailgating, visualize hearing the band practicing, and kind of getting your mind right for that, what that's going to be like.
In 2005, Vince Young and his group came in, and I think it was an upset, but it was
snuck
it was
away
close.
with that W.
Yeah,
and then
snuck away with the W.
And then the Bucks went to Austin, took care of business.
What's known
Troy Smith.
What's known in the engine building business, they reciprocated.
There you go.
But the bottom line is, like, James, I think even today when he was asked about it, had to take a pause. It's been 20 years, and he was part and parcel of that football game. A big time member of the Ohio State Buckeyes in 05 and 06 especially. But those were two really great football teams that collided in Ohio Stadium at night, by the way.
Can you tell we're a little excited about the August 30th and the shoe?
Exactly. Boy,
man.
He's going to get here faster than you know it. But you know what? My name's Tim May.
And I'm Clay Hall.
And until next time for the Clay May Report, we'll see you then.